It's a strange Week 4 CCS-NCS matchup between Sacred Heart Prep and McClymonds, but what's even stranger is the connection between these two schools, and that connection is Oak Grove. Okay, stay with me. McClymonds running back Jamar Julian transferred from Oak Grove last season, but his dad, Julian Sr., graduated from there. He was a top running back. Now, SHP's new head coach, Mark Grebe, also an Oak Grove graduate. Did you get that? Well, I guess all you really need to know, it's Sacred Heart Prep McClymonds for this week's NCS Blockbuster game. Team captains meet at midfield for the coin toss. McClymonds wins it, but defers. That wouldn't matter. You'll see what I mean later on. Dragons quarterback Brad Yaffe with the handoff to Tavita Moy. That's a nice gain, but leads to a Warriors stop. Following drive, McClymonds Jamar Julian does the same thing for his team, and he just refuses to go down. Takes 3 Gators to do so, and that run leads to a Warriors TD 6-0 Mac. Next possession, it's Julian again. He powers through the defense, setting up his team for this 1st and goal, and Julian breaks the plane. 2-point conversion, no good. Mac leads 12-0. Less than a minute left in the first. Yaffe fakes the handoff and goes long. That pass is complete to Brian Tinsley, just yard shy of the end zone. That leads to a QB sneak TD, 12-7. Still in the second. 4 minutes in, John Willard catches a short pass and goes for a little run, crashing through the D. A few snaps later, underneath that pile there is Yaffe in the end zone with the ball. Gators take the lead 14-12. Just 20 seconds later, it's Emaria Fountain to Davion Sanders with the 2-point conversion. Mac on top, 2014. Coming right out of the half, Sacred Heart with the kickoff. Tinsley, a perfect onside kick, and it works. John Deniston falls on it. Ball goes to the Gators. But after that, it was all Warriors. Halfway through the quarter, Julian fights for every yard. Mac goes on to score 26-17. Next quarter, Fountain shaking off a defender with a stiff arm, throws and connects with Damar Johnson. Don't know how he got free from that one. 42-17 was the score and the final in Oakland. Fountain, after the game, talks about how the defending champs plan to repeat.
Just work harder each week in practice, try to get better, and try to develop my plays faster than what I'm doing now. I feel like we got a good team chemistry. Everybody play together, and we just play like brothers and keep each other together.
In Oakland for our blockbuster game, I'm Aubrey Tolliver, 49ers Cal High Sports Report. The Sacred Heart Prep Gators taking the field as they host the Woodside Wildcats. SHP gets on the board first. John McRory lines one through the infield for a base hit, scoring Jack Fitzsimmons. Next batter, Eric DeBrine hits one off the first baseman. Kyle Cody comes home. The Gators score 2 more to make it 4-0 after 1. Woodside gets one back in the second. Owen Gravelt smokes one to right for a base knock. Jordan Anagnostou scores 4-1 SHP. Now 6-1 Gators in the bottom half. Jock Donnelly ropes one the opposite way. The ball's going to roll all the way to the fence for a triple as Angelo Tonis scoots in. 7-1 Gators. Matthew Jackson keeps the line moving, crushing one to the gap for a stand-up double. Donnelly comes home to make it 8-1. To the third, Gators have bases loaded for McRory, who skies one to Max Moreno. He makes the catch for 1, fires to Gravelt for 2, and Gravelt throws it to Tash Jordan for the triple play. That was pretty cool. The Gators would get a run out of it, though. Reese Lindquist scoring on that one. The Gators looking for some insurance in the 6th as Cody rips one to left for a double. Yanni Gardner scores and Sacred Heart Prep cruises to a 12-4 victory. Jackson McRory leading the charge for the Gators. Back at Levi Stadium, and the Sacred Heart Prep Gators feature 2 of the Bay Area's top pitchers.
Yeah, always good when you have 2 really good starters.
Yeah.
That helps in high school baseball. The Gators taking on Burlingame this week, but before the game, the Gators met with 99.7 Now Strawberry at the Rica Center to talk about their season so far.
Hey, I'm at the Rica Center in Menlo Park, the premier training facility on the peninsula where goals are achieved. I'm in the gym with the Gators. Give it up to the baseball team from Sacred Heart Prep right now. And we're off to a strong start. Dominic, who's committed to ASU, by the way, congrats on that one.
Thank you.
Last season, missing CCS by 1 game. Is that why this season you guys are off and running with a huge start?
Yeah, I think it's kind of a culmination. We've had a lot of these guys. We've been on varsity for the last few years, and I think we know what it's like to start off slow, and we really wanted to change that this year. It has been the strongest one in the past few years, and I think it's mostly because we all know what we want. We have the same goals, and we're all super close on and off the field.
And I like the fact that you brought that up. Let's go to Angelo. There's a secret with this team, being close on and off the court, on and off the field. What's the makeup of this lineup right here? Something special you guys have?
No, yeah, definitely, I agree. I think that as a group of guys, we're all here for each other and bond and for the boys every day. And you know, we're all just doing our jobs. We know our roles. You know, we just have to eat a big bowl of ego for breakfast every day, swallow it down, just slap it all the other way. You know, just doing our jobs.
All upperclassmen, nothing but juniors and seniors on the squad
That's
too.
right.
Huh?
That's right. Yeah.
Awesome. And Georgetown committed next year. That's what's up. Yeah. All right. Harry, another pitcher. I'm talking to all pitchers today. So Harry, first day of the season, team comes together. What is the goal? What's on the whiteboard? What's the plan?
I mean, you know, ever since day one, we've all bought into the one goal for the year, which is to win the PAL, something that's never been done before at this school. And you know, as they've been saying, we've all bought in and just are really trying to achieve this same goal to do something we've never done.
That's what's up. Okay, so Sacred Heart Prep has a huge game against Burlingame. We have highlights from that coming up next. But first, guys, take it away.
Yeah. Shakes on 3. 1, 2, 3, shakes!
Sacred Heart Prep taking game 1 of the home-to-home series on Tuesday. This is Wednesday's game, a chance for redemption for the Panthers. In the first, the Panthers with a runner at first. Tyler White gets a blue pit to shallow left, advancing Carlo Lipicciolo to third. But with no outs and a runner at second and third, Gator pitcher Angelo Tonis takes care of business, striking out the side. Second inning now, Jack Donnelly gets things going for the Gators with a nice base knock to right field. And with 2 outs, Gator catcher John McRory drops one into shallow right field. Coming in to score is Donnelly for the first run of the game. The Gators lead it 1-0. Third inning now, SHP with a runner at second. Jack Fitzsimmons sends it back up the middle to advance Kyle Cody to third. Next up is Ryan Frere, and the senior rips it down the third base line for a double. Crossing home plate is Cody for a 2-0 lead for the Sacred Heart Prep Gators. SHP doing a great job putting the ball in play. Barry Maines with a slow roller to third. The Panthers get the out at first, but scoring is Frere for the 4-0 lead. Burlingame getting on the board in the third as lefty batter Mario Vargas hits a grounder to third. The fielder chooses to go to first, and coming in to score is Lipicciolo, but the Gators are stacked with impressive pitchers. Nathan Fleischle comes in for relief in the fifth and gets the job done as Sacred Heart Prep goes on to win it 5-2 to take the series against Burlingame. We are back at Levi Stadium with the Bay Division battle between Sacred Heart Prep and Hillsdale. The Gators at 3-0 feature great pitching with 2 D1 starters, Arizona commit Dom Caccioni and Georgetown southpaw Angelo Tonis.
The Gators taking on a 10-4 Hillsdale team looking to knock off the Gators and stay alive in the league race this week.
The Hillsdale Knights taking the field as they look for the series split against Sacred Heart Prep Friday afternoon. Angelo Tonis was dominant for the Gators in the early going, getting the batter to chase there, one of his 5 Ks on the day. But not to be outdone was Jason Alba. He gets the K here, no score after 2. Alba was also playing some stellar defense as he gobbles up the slow roller and throws to first for the out, still no score after 3. The Gators get a man on in the 5th, but the Knights continue to play D as Matthew Leong fires to Antonio Palinelli to nab the runner at second. Hillsdale with runners at first and second in the 6th, but SHP gets out of it as Jack Fitzsimmons makes the diving stop and lobs it to Jack Donnelly to get the force out at second. The Gators with another nice play here in the 7th as Fitzsimmons gets the line drive for 1, then fires to Matthew Jackson at first. That's a double play, and we're scoreless going to extra innings. The Knights looking to end it with the bases juiced in the 8th as the ball gets away. Harry Marshall races in, grabs the ball, and throws to John McRory, who gets the tag, and we stay scoreless going to the 10th. Hillsdale loads the bases again in the 10th, and this time Leong makes it stick as he pummels one to center. Palinelli comes in to score as the Hillsdale Knights celebrate a walk-off victory in the 10th. A thrilling victory for the Hillsdale Knights. Leong with a lone RBI and a bath for Hillsdale. My new friend Cassie taking in the Carlmont at Sacred Heart Prep game. The Gators playing some defense early. Here's Jack Fitzsimmons to Jack Donnelly to Matt Jackson, and that is a double play. Carlmont on the board first in the 2nd. Aaron Hoke sending a shot to right center. That's a leadoff single. Hoke would later score on a wild pitch. The Gators with a big 2nd inning led off by Matt Jackson, golfing this one deep to right field. 1 hop over the fence. That's a ground rule double. Later same inning with the bases loaded for Ryan Frere, and he loops it perfectly into shallow right center. It falls. The Scots get the force at second, but scoring is Marcus Jackson, and we're tied at 1-1. Still in the second, Kyle Cody with a line single to left, scoring is Eric DeBreen. The Gators get 2 more on bases loaded walks to go up 4-1. Carl Montclair back. It's Will Cleaves with a leadoff base hit in the third. He would later score on an error 4-2. Gators starter Nat Fleischle doing a great job on the mound and getting some help here as catcher Jack McGrory snagging the short hop and firing to nail the runner at second. The Scots get 1 more in the fourth as Dave Bedrosian shoots a single up the middle. Scoring is Zane Van Arsdale to make it 4-3. But the Gators bring on Arizona State bound Dom Cacchione, who gets the final 5 outs as Sacred Heart Prep goes to 5-1 in league, all alone in first place. We're back at Levi Stadium with our CCS Block Construction Blockbuster game. The CCS Open Division has just 8 teams this season, with the first round games played on Saturday.
Valley Christian won a share of the regular season title in the West Catholic League, then won the league tournament. The Warriors are the Open Division 3rd seed, taking on 6th-seeded Sacred Heart Prep Saturday afternoon. It's our Block Construction CCS Blockbuster game, and Robert was there.
Blockbuster game. Yeah.
A battle of 2 of the Bay Area's best pitchers today. For Valley Christian, it'll be their ace Patrick Wicklander, who's headed to Arkansas next season. For Sacred Heart Prep, it'll be the Georgetown-bound Angelo Tonis starting for the Gators. The Open Division quarterfinal game played here on Saturday is the Block Construction Blockbuster game. The 2 starting pitchers exchanging greetings right before this quarterfinal game. Here's Wicklander dealing early as he gets the K to end the top of the 3rd inning. Bottom 3 now as VC is looking to get on the board, but a nice running catch by Gators second baseman Ryan Frere. But the Warriors break through a short time later as Coleman Brigman sends a screaming shot down the left field line, racing around and scoring all the way from first as Jack McGrew 1-0 Warriors. Wicklander has a perfect game going into the 4th, but Frere ruins all that with this solid single that was the only hit Wicklander would give up in 5 innings. The Warriors put up a big number in the 4th. Runner at 3rd for Ryan Belwamini. John Simrot scores 2-0 Warriors. Dawson Brigman then sends this one deep to left center field up against the wall. Scoring is Belwamini, and it's 3-0 Valley Christian. 2 outs, runners on the move now, and Eddie Park places this one just in front of the outfielder, allowing Dawson Brigman and Jack McGrew to score 5-0 Warriors. Still 2 out as Nick Marincons bloops it to shallow center, scoring from second is Park, all part of a 6-run 4th inning for the Warriors. 1 more in the 5th for Valley Christian. It's a line single up the middle for Park. Dawson Brigman scores. It's 8-0 Valley Christian. Connor Robinson comes in to get the final out for the Warriors on the mound. Brigman with the catch in the outfield as Valley Christian advances to the semifinals to take on Hollister. As the Warriors celebrate an impressive win, Wicklander with 5 innings on the mound. He talks about this very tough Open Division.
Yeah, it's tough. It means a lot. It brings us momentum going into the semifinals on Tuesday. It's just a big win, great team win overall.
What do you think this will do to help you guys the rest of the way? You've had such a great season.
We got unfinished business. We just got to get through the next game. The pitching staff's just unbelievable. We'll get through it.
In Atherton with the Blockbuster game, I'm Robert Bronstein, 49ers Cal High Sports Report.